This is welcome to Petsy Plains. My name is Scott. Hope you're having a great Monday. We're here live at Harrisburg International Airport. Whoa. This is welcome to Petsy Plains. My name is Scott. Sorry about that. Hope you're having a great Monday. We're here. Looks like we're good to go. Harrisburg International Airport. Waiting for some heavies. We should have 4 of them going out. Also a 757 coming in soon and then going out later, and the usual passenger traffic. We'll be here till close to midnight tonight, catching all these for you. Again, thanks for joining us. If you're here, please, I'd appreciate it if you give me a like and a subscribe and click the notification bell so you get notified of the next video. If you were with us on the last live stream, had some audio issues, and I think we have those corrected now, but we'll see. I get some noise out here. We'll find out. I don't hear the echo effect, so that's a good thing. If you're out there in the chat, please say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. So again, we're at Harrisburg International Airport, Middletown, Pennsylvania. Airport code is MDT. And we're right along the banks of the Susquehanna River, a couple miles southeast of Harrisburg. I believe we're using runway 31 tonight. There's a northwesterly wind. Last I checked was 11 knots. So pretty much a headwind on runway 31. And so we'll be taking off from east to west and landing. And right now we're waiting for the next arrival, which should be, well, actually we have American Eagle flight 5873 coming in from Boston. Looks like it should be the next arrival. And then we have the FedEx 757 coming in not long after that from Providence. So we'll check the radar to see if American Eagle's close yet. All right, I do see we have United Express Mitsubishi CRJ 550 getting close to the airport, so I guess that's going to be our next arrival. It'll be United 4544. That's south of us now. You may be able to see it here shortly. See an aircraft out there, but I don't know. I think that's going the wrong way. It should be out there to our south, moving from west to east, coming in from Washington Dulles. And let's see if I can find the Boston flight. Okay, the Boston flight is that's pretty close too. They should be coming right after the other. Looks like United will be here first though. So it's nice evening here. It's around 50 degrees, a little bit of a wind. Like I said, it was 11 knots last I checked. And it is a little chilly, but I'm dressed for the cold. I just got back from Arizona, so it takes a little getting used to. All right, there's something out there. I don't think that's the one we're looking for, though. I think I see the United flight out there. I believe that's our United flight from Dulles. I also see something to our southeast that looks like it's coming into landing. I'm not sure what that is. In the meantime, we'll keep an eye on that one. It's going to go down there to the east and make a big left turn and land from east to west on runway 31. Again, if you're out there in the chat, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Watching that United Express flight from Dulles. It should be landing momentarily. And we have something to the east there. And we also have the American Eagle flight from Boston. So it was over Lebanon last I looked, which is only a few miles away. So that should be coming in soon too.
Number 4544 Harrisburg Tower, good evening, runway 31 clear to land.
All right, so they were just cleared to land. I don't know what's in front of them now. Maybe it's just a star or something, I'm not sure. All right, so that's United 4544, United Express, or GoJet, coming from Dulles. It's making a left turn and on final approach for runway 31. I also hear an engine firing up there on the other side of the airport. Hope you're able to hear me all right. We had some audio issues on the last stream. I think I have them worked out, so if you're watching, let me know how we sound and if the video looks okay. And this is a CRJ 550 United Express coming in from Dulles.
FedEx 1303 Heavy Harrisburg ground. You are cleared to Memphis Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 3000. Expect flight level 340.
So it sounds like our FedEx flight to Memphis is getting their clearance now. I think they're going out around 10 o'clock, a little after 10 o'clock. And as we watch United Express making their final approach on runway 31. And they're just about to touch down. Hopefully you can hear the aircraft sounds. Should have some good sounds from those heavies taking off here in a little bit. And in the meantime, we have the American Eagle flight from Boston that should be landing right behind this one. I think I see it out there. Looks like there's an American Eagle flight also headed out to the runway to take off. Or they're just going to the hangar, which appears to be the case. You see that passing behind United? I think they're just headed for the hangar. I just said the winds are 300 at 10, so that's almost a direct headwind. 10 knots. We watch United Express pull into their gate, and we're going to move over here now to, this will be American Eagle from Boston, I believe, on final approach. I don't know what that light other light out there is behind it. It's been there. Doesn't seem like it's moving. So this one that's about to land is American Eagle Piedmont 5908 coming in from Philadelphia. Okay, and so the Boston flight is right behind them. American Eagle Piedmont 5873. They're both E145s. So that's what that other light is. Thought that was whenever I saw it before. And we should have FedEx coming in here shortly. So if anybody's out there watching, please say hello in the chat. Tell us where you're watching from.
UPS 173 Heavy, Harrisburg ground.
Sounds like UPS is on the air too.
I do, you want to hear it? UPS 773 Heavy, clear 2, Romeo Fox Delta, as filed, 5 maintain 3000. Expect flight level 32010 minutes after. Launch frequency on 126.45.
Looks like we have 2 people watching.
722.
I appreciate you joining us. Should have some heavies taking off here in a few minutes. But thanks for watching. Again, this is Penske Planes. My name is Scott. We're at Harrisburg International Airport in Pennsylvania. And we're watching the American Eagle flight from Philadelphia on final approach. And this is an American Eagle E145 flying in from Philadelphia, which is only like a 20-25 minute flight. And then right behind that, we have an American Eagle E145 coming in from Boston. So this one's going to have to clear the runway pretty quickly. I think they have plenty of time. Excuse me. Alright, looks like he's off the runway. And we're going to turn around and watch the Boston flight land. So this will be American Eagle coming in from Boston and E145. And then we should have that FedEx 757 coming in not too far behind this one. We're scheduled to arrive at 9:54.
It's 908, turn right at Charlie, and then
it's a little chilly out here tonight. It's only like 50 degrees. There's a wind of, last I heard, 10 knots. Coming from my right to my left. Almost a direct headwind for these aircraft landing on a runway 31. And again, this is American Eagle, Embraer E145 from Boston. That other American Eagle that just landed from Philadelphia is taxiing. You'll see them here in a second, right there. As the Boston flight touches down. And they go behind the building there. Back over to the terminal. Should have FedEx and UPS going out soon. Hello to the Night Watchman 892. Thanks for joining us. Hope everything looks and sounds okay. We're getting ready to watch some heavies take off. We'll watch American Eagle taxi to the gate.
UPS 73, turn right at Charlie, taxi via Alpha Echo Golf to the ramp, and you can stay there, please.
So again, we're live at Harrisburg International Airport, Middletown, Pennsylvania. Our airport code is MDT. And we're watching, so far, arrivals on runway 31, coming from east to west. We have all but a headwind, about 10 knots. And we should have about 4 heavies and a 757 going out, and we have a 757 that should be landing soon. I'll have to check on where that one's at. And a bunch of passenger flights coming in around 11 or so. So I see something out in the distance. All right, we got that FedEx 757 on final approach, about a minute out. FedEx 1254 coming in from Providence to 757-200.
Harrisburg Tower, FedEx 1254, runway 31.
Out there.
FedEx up spread,
That
Harrisburg
should be our
Tower,
FedEx
runway
757 right
clear to land.
there.
Clear to land, runway 31, FedEx 1254.
Should get some good sound out of this one. Hope the aircraft sounds are okay. Let me know if you can hear them okay. So this should be our FedEx 757-200 coming in from Providence. And this one's going to be our last, well, the last cargo plane to go out in about an hour after 4 others. If you are watching, thanks for joining us. Again, my name is Scott. This is Pensy Planes. If you like what you're seeing, please give us a like and a subscribe. And if you click that notification bell, then you'll be notified of the next video. Whether it be a live stream or not, I'm not sure. I'm hoping to get at least one more in this week. So this will be our 757. I haven't seen anything go out to the runway yet, but it shouldn't be long. I heard FedEx and UPS both get their clearance. I think I hear it. This one should be loud. So that's the terminal right over there. I'm actually on top of the parking garage on the 4th floor. And I have a pretty good view of the whole airport from up here. And there's really hardly anybody up here. A few cars down at the other end, but most of them are parked downstairs. So this will be our FedEx 757-200 from Providence. Landing on runway 31. And about an hour from now, they'll be going back out. I think they go to Memphis from here, which of course is FedEx's main hub. Pretty cool that FedEx has the tail lit up like that, so there's no doubt who they are. Apologize for that bright light out there. They really didn't use a lot of runway, did they? I'll go behind that building, and then we'll get to see them taxi back to their terminal, which is over to my left, past the main terminal. There's also an Air National Guard base down to my left. You can't see it from here. There's a few C-130 stationed here. I don't know if any of them are out right now. Last time I was here, I got to see one land right when I got here, about this time. You never know. Sorry about the light. I'll have to talk to somebody about that. If anybody else is out there watching, please say hello in the chat. Tell us where you're watching from. Pretty good view of FedEx there, 757. Don't see anything else coming in right now. We should have a couple taxiing out to the runway shortly.
Calling down with the first taxi taken. UPS 171 Heavy, 1131 taxi at Golf Foxtrot Alpha.
Alright. Sounds like somebody's ready to taxi out to the runway. Not sure who that was. There's a plane behind this one, I think. I can't see what it is. Oh, that looks like UPS. So there's UPS taxiing out to the runway. That'll be so that'll be UPS 1171, a Boeing 767 headed for Louisville, which is UPS's main hub. I was actually there a couple months ago. It's pretty cool watching all those heavies take off in the middle of the afternoon. J. Beaner 1967, hello from Lancaster. Glad to have you aboard.
UPS 1171 Heavy.
See, you changed your name.
No notable changes, altimeter 3000.
We're watching the UPS 767 taxi out to the runway. We'll be taking off on runway 31 from east to west. And this might be a turn and burn. I don't see anybody coming in. Get ready for some noise.
Heading runway 31, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. There you go.
1171 Heavy, Harrisburg Palace, fly runway, heading runway 31, cleared for takeoff.
UPS 1171 Heavy, quick takeoff runway 31 runway.
This will be our first heavy departure of the night. Should have 3 more coming up shortly. Unless that 757 gets full. UPS off to Louisville. Louisville. I can't say it right. I know they don't say it that way. But should be making a big left turn there shortly. It's a little windy up here. Hopefully you can't hear that too much. Part of our audio issues last time. There goes UPS. I don't know why, but it seems a lot easier to spot the planes in the sky tonight. I seemed to struggle with that last time. There it is, making his left turn, heading off to Louisville. Alright, someone being told you're not hearing the wind noise, that's a good thing. We got a pretty good breeze here, about 10 knots last I heard. So it should be blowing right in my face right now. It's coming from the west. Still got Louisville, or I'm sorry, UPS in our sights there. Hope you can all hear me all right. Like I said, we had some audio issues with the last stream, and I think I have those worked out. I'll be really, really happy if it turns out to be the case. And then we can work on some bigger and better things. Again, this is Penske Planes. Thank you for joining us. My name is Scott. We're at Harrisburg International Airport in Pennsylvania. It is 10:02 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Standard Time now. So that's what, 3 a.m. UTC? I think we're 5 hours behind now. That's still UPS out there. I don't see anything else headed up to the runway yet, but they should be shortly. Another aircraft out there too. The other way. They just gave somebody else a clearance to Indianapolis. That's probably FedEx. Another FedEx hub. And I think I see something landing.
FedEx 1670 heavy, you back correct. Lifeline 2, Harrisburg Tower, wind 300 at 10, runway 31, clear for the out.
That's a helicopter. That is Penn State Lifeline out there. I don't think they're coming here, but you never know. Looks like they're coming here. We have, we got UPS going out to the runway. Alright. It's hard to see them out there. It's UPS 1173 Airbus A300 headed to Rockford, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. On their way out to runway 31. This will be our second of 4 heavies. There it is. Not sure what that helicopter's doing out there, but it looks like it's headed this way. Assume they won't be using the runway. Sorry about that. It's a little chilly out here. See, I didn't change the clock on my camera. Alright, there's UPS just about out to the runway. And I assume this will be another turn and burn.
UPS 1173 Heavy, Harrisburg South, fly runway heading, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
And they're cleared for takeoff. On their way to Rockford, Illinois. Not moving yet. There they go. Alright, this should be good and loud. Excuse me. UPS 1173, Airbus A300 headed for Rockford, Illinois. Our second heavy of the night. We should have 2 FedEx planes taking off soon. And then we'll have the UPS 757 going out a little later. And we should have some passenger planes. Airliners coming in here soon. Check the radar. Probably see this one make a left turn here shortly. Oh, we got one landing. Who's that? Oh, that's the helicopter. Oh, we got the helicopter out here. I don't know what they're doing. That's Penn State Lifeline aeromedical helicopter from Penn State Hershey Medical Center, which is a few miles from here. Not sure what they're doing here. Training or something.
FedEx 1303 Heavy, runway 41, talk to the Golf Alpha information Delta.
Somebody else is cleared to head out to the runway. There goes the helicopter. And there goes another aircraft out to the runway. I assume it's FedEx. Looks like a purple tail. A lot of lights out there. I'm having a hard time focusing on that plane. But that's FedEx going out to the runway. we go, that's a little better. You can see the purple tail.
Tower, Lifeline 2 has been approached for training.
Lifeline 2, contact departure.
Lifeline 2, switch.
This will be FedEx 1303 headed for Memphis at FedEx's main hub. It's an Airbus A300. And it looks like it might be a turn and burn to, sounds like they're throttling up. This will be our first FedEx departure, and we should have 2 more. I guess we're done with UPS now.
FedEx 1303 Heavy Harrisburg Tower, fly at runway heading, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
If you're hearing the ATC is just a little behind real time, so you're hearing them cleared for takeoff after they start moving. They're headed off to Memphis. Watch for that big left turn. Make sure nothing's coming in behind us. I don't see anything. That's the FedEx A300 headed for Memphis. We should have 1 more FedEx Heavy going out. And the UPS 757, and we should have a bunch of passenger planes coming in soon. There's that left turn. As I said before, it's a little bit of a wind here tonight. Last I heard it was about 10 knots. Almost a direct headwind for these aircraft taking off and landing. Alright. There's the last Heavy on the radio. I know that's the one that just took off. I don't see the other one going out yet. I don't see anything landing. It shouldn't be long. So again, this is Pensy Planes. We're at Harrisburg International Airport in Pennsylvania, USA. Harrisburg, of course, is the capital of Pennsylvania. It's 10:14 p.m. Eastern Time, or I think it's 3:14 a.m. UTC. So thanks for watching wherever you're watching from. If you're in the chat, let us know where you're watching us from. And if you don't mind clicking that like button and subscribe, and click the notification bell if you want to be notified of the next video. See American Eagle taxiing. If they're going to the hangar, kind of looks like it. Probably one of the ones that just landed, headed to the hangar for the night. Like they're just putting that one away for the night. Probably one of the E-145s that landed earlier. Oh, there's that light. Well, you can see the tail anyway. So they go behind the building. There they go. And they're gone. Alright, I see something in the distance. Not sure what that is. Excuse me. Alright. That's that helicopter. It's still flying around out there. Don't see anything else coming in right now. Alright, so there's a Delta connection, SkyWest 4008, a few miles west of us. Probably going to be the next one to land in about 12 minutes, supposedly. That's just the Lifeline helicopter flying around out there. You have some other aircraft flying around here. A couple over that way. I don't know if we can see them. There's one up there. There's two of them right over there. I don't know if we can see them at all. That was our flying west. Overflying us.
1670 heavy on the 31 taxi Golf Foxtrot Alpha.
Alright, FedEx is headed out to the runway. Take my word for it, it's out there. There it is. That'll be our last heavy departure. We still have the 757 though. This is FedEx 1670, an Airbus A300 going to Indianapolis, which is another FedEx hub.
Harrisburg Tower, Lifeline 2 is with you on the ILS 31.
Yeah, it looks like that Lifeline helicopter is coming up this way again.
Lifeline 2, Harrisburg
They're
Tower,
just training.
31, clear for the Alpha.
Clear for the Alpha 31, Lifeline 2.
Not doing touch and goes. I don't know what they call that. It's a fuel truck. I think it's a fuel truck. And FedEx is lining up. I don't see anything keeping them there, so they should be taking off right away. Our last purple tail. Oh no, we have one more, the 757. That's right. Last heavy though.
FedEx 1670 heavy, Harrisburg Tower, fly runway heading, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
31, clear for takeoff, runway FedEx 1670.
FedEx 8300 heading for Indianapolis. Watch them make their left turn. Helicopter's coming in behind me. Still a ways out. Again, this is Pensy Planes. Thank you for watching. If you're out there in the chat, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. My name is Scott, and we're at Harrisburg International Airport live on a Monday night at 10:22 p.m. Eastern, 22:22, and watching our last heavy takeoff on runway 31 headed west and making a left turn towards Indianapolis. We do have the 757 yet to take off, and we should have a bunch of arrivals coming in soon. But passenger aircraft. We'll probably be here for another hour and a half or so. Again, we're on top of the parking garage on the 4th floor, kind of right in the middle of the airport, so we can pretty much see the whole airport. I do have that one building down to my right that blocks some of the taxi aircraft. It's a pretty clear view otherwise. There's that left turn. Catch the helicopter. Another aircraft out there. Not sure what that is. We're also waiting for that Delta connection flight from Detroit that was on the radar not too far out to the west. That's still FedEx. I'm gonna turn around and catch this helicopter coming in again. This is the Penn State Lifeline Air Medical helicopter. They're based a few miles from here. I don't know what they call this for a helicopter. They're not doing touch and goes, obviously, but they're coming in lined up to the runway and then departing again. Nuclear power plant. Are they landing this time? That's a helicopter on the runway, I think. Looks like it's on the runway. Okay, I guess technically that was a touch and go. See how far around we can watch it. So we still have that 757 here. It should be going out pretty soon. And there's a Delta flight flying north of us, headed for Philadelphia, and then we've got this Delta connection, SkyWest 4008, Mitsubishi CRJ 900LR, coming in from Detroit. Should be the next to land. I think I see it over there. Flying by from west to east. There it is. We can follow that one the whole way in, hopefully. Coming in from Detroit. Again, if you're out there, please say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. So that one's gonna head to the east and then make a big left turn and land from east to west on runway 31. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, as I said, it's a little chilly up here, a little bit of a wind. So they should be making their left turn there shortly. And we should be able to follow them the whole way in. Fuel truck going out. Looks like they're making their turn. Should be hearing them on the radio shortly, I would think. And looks like they're lining up with the runway. Should have a few other arrivals here soon. And we still have that 757 FedEx that will be going out. So that's the Delta connection. What was it? CRJ 900? CRJ 900 arriving from Detroit. SkyWest 4008. I heard ATC for a while. I think we lost it. So this is the Delta Connection SkyWest flight CRJ 900 landing from Detroit. Who do I talk to about that light? Airport ops. That's a fuel truck, actually. You can't see it. There it is. Like all the fuel trucks are started up here, waiting for these arrivals that are coming in. Let's see if I can get ATC back. Alright. There's a Delta Connection SkyWest flight from Detroit taxiing to the gate. I don't see anything headed out to the runway yet. It's a CRJ 900 LR. Mitsubishi. 15B. I think that's what that says. Thank you for joining us. So welcome again, this is Pensy Planes. My name is Scott. We're live at Harrisburg International Airport in Pennsylvania. I see our American Airbus A321 from Dallas off in the distance. Circling to land on runway 31. That would be them out there. Coming in from the west, flying to our south, and we'll be making a big left turn to land on runway 31 from east to west. ATC working now. Should be. And again, we should be able to follow this one the whole way around until it lands.
So 54, runway 31, that should be a golf option.
Looks like that FedEx 757 is getting ready to head out. Is it out there? I don't see it. I heard it. We're watching the American A321 coming in from Dallas. There's FedEx. That's the FedEx 757-200 that came in a little while ago and it's headed back out to Memphis. That'll be our last purple tail. See if they get off the ground before American lands. I'm anticipating another turn and burn. And they're about to line up on the runway. This should be a nice loud takeoff. Alright. I think they said the wind is now 14 knots. Just about a headwind for these aircraft taking off and landing. And this is the FedEx 757-200 headed off to Memphis. FedEx 1254. Keep an eye out for this American flight coming in. It's pretty far out there yet. We'll watch this one make its turn. left turn to Memphis. I think it's going to Memphis. Yes, Memphis. There's the left turn.
Contact departure, every flight.
Alright. I'm gonna flip around here. American's just about to land. It's the American Airlines A321 coming in from Dallas.
American 1571, Harrisburg Tower, runway 31, wind 300 at 11, gust 20, clear land.
Should be American Flight 1571, Airbus A321 200 from Dallas. Got 4 fuel trucks lined up here, all started up, waiting to fuel up these arrivals that are coming in, I assume. Starting with this one. Is everybody hearing me okay? As I said before, our last stream we had some audio issues. Keeping my fingers crossed that we have those resolved and we can move forward. I think the video looks pretty good. So this is the American Airbus A321 landing on runway 31. Coming in from the east with virtual headwind. I believe they said it was 300. A couple minutes ago they said 14 knots. I'm thinking, well, that's might have been 10 knots. I'm not sure. Definitely blowing at my back right now. Hopefully you can't hear it. Something else behind them. This is the American Airlines Airbus A321 from Dallas. Fort Worth, that is. Behind the building, maybe we can follow the tail. They might use a little more runway than the rest of these aircraft we've seen. There they are again. watch them taxi back to the gate. Unless something else comes in, I don't see anything.
Bravo, taxi appointment, Alpha Echo Golf, we have you.
Bravo, Alpha, Echo, Golf, you, American 67.
See anything else close as far as arrivals? And I don't think we have any more departures tonight. So we should have 3 more arrivals. Although the one looks like it might be delayed. I don't know if we're going to see that one on it. We should have a Delta flight from Atlanta and an American flight from Chicago. There's supposed to be an air flight from Charlotte too, but it looks like that one might be delayed. So it might be 2 more arrivals and that's it. We'll watch this American A321 taxi to the gate. We're waiting for the other 2 arrivals. And there it goes behind the terminal. Alright. Well, in the meantime, there's the fuel trucks I told you are all lined up. So our American Eagle flight from Chicago. Should be landing in about 14 minutes. And then we have a Delta flight, Delta connection flight from Atlanta, and I don't know what's going on with the Charlotte flight, but it doesn't look like it took off yet, so I don't think we're going to see that one. Alright, I see the Chicago flight on the radar. About, it says 9 minutes out to our west. That'll be American Eagle, Envoy 3384, and Embraer E170 coming in from Chicago O'Hare. Paul Usher 58 from Manchester. Thanks for joining us. Is that Manchester, England? Or Manchester, New Hampshire? Or some other Manchester? Guess it's early morning in England. Well, it's probably, so it's 10:54 Eastern, so it's 3:54 UTC. See what's going on over at the terminal. There's our Delta flight that came in a little while ago. We got a couple United tails. 3 United tails. And that's all I can see. Americans over on the other side. So it's pretty much just these fuel trucks for now. Couple corporate jets here. They're not doing anything. We can take a look at them now. Excuse me. Hello, Vinny from ORD. Oh, what a coincidence. We're waiting for an arrival from ORD. I was just there the other day, actually. Stopped there on the way back from Arizona into Harrisburg. And actually, no, this isn't the same flight. So we're waiting for American Eagle Envoy 3384, Embraer E170 coming in from Chicago O'Hare in about 6 minutes. And also we have a Delta flight from Atlanta that should be coming in soon after that. It says delayed. So apparently it's in the air. Looks like it's over West Virginia right now. And there's supposed to be a flight coming in from Charlotte, but it doesn't look like that one's taken off yet, so I don't think we're going to see that one. So it's good to have you all with us. This is Pensy Planes. My name is Scott. We're live at Harrisburg International Airport. It's in Pennsylvania, a couple miles southeast of Harrisburg along the Susquehanna River. And while we have a little lull in the action, take a moment to introduce myself. So again, my name is Scott. This is Penske Planes. Thanks for joining us. If you like what you see, please give us a like and a subscribe and click that notification bell and you'll know when we post our next video. I'm hoping to do another live stream here maybe by the end of the week. I won't say where yet. I'm not sure where, but again, it's 10:59 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:59 a.m. UTC. It's about 50 degrees, maybe a little colder, and a little bit of a wind here, 10 to 12 knots. We've got a plane taxiing over here. We'll check that out. That's one of those American Eagle flights going to the hangar. And we're waiting for one to come in from Chicago O'Hare, where Vinny is. Vinny, are you actually at the airport? That one goes, being put away for the night. Somewhere down to my right. I don't know exactly where they go. Catch them on the other side of that building. Either. I don't think they're going to that building. Check on our Chicago flight. There it is. I think I see it. I don't know if that's the Chicago flight. It probably is. I think I see it coming in from the west. So it's gonna pass by us to the south, like the other ones if you've been watching. And then make a big left turn and land from the east. Is that it though? Guess that has to be it. What else would it be? It's closer than the other ones did. It should be the American Eagle E-170 from Chicago O'Hare. Farther away than I thought. They just made a turn. There's a big gust of wind. We'll follow this one all the way around. Bill Vic 5567. Hello, welcome, thanks for joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. We're watching this American Eagle E-170 circle to land at Harrisburg, flying west to east. I'll be making a left turn and landing from the east. Should have about a direct headwind. It's been running 10 to 15 knots. I should say it's got a tailwind now because I don't have a headwind when it lands. So that's on the other side of the Susquehanna River, which is right, excuse me, just past the runway out there. You can't see it at night, but you see those hills over there. It's just the river's on this side of the hills. Yeah, that's a good view. So you see the runway lights, and then the river's right beyond them, and then those hills are on the other side of the river. And over here to the left, if you follow this aircraft, you see those flashing red lights to the left there. Those are the cooling towers at the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant. So we'll be making a left turn.
Maintain 3,000.
Excuse me. It's a little chilly up here with the wind tonight. I'm up on the 4th floor of the parking garage. But I have a pretty good view of the whole airport from here. And there's really nobody else up here. There's some cars out the other end. And this one's making the big left turn to line up to runway 31. See it out there behind the terminal. I don't think we're going to have any more departures tonight. Probably just one more arrival that we're going to hang around for. That flight from Charlotte, last I saw, hadn't taken off yet. Got one coming in from Atlanta. A little ways out yet. This is the American Eagle E-170 arriving from Chicago O'Hare, lining up for runway 31. Excuse me. This is American Eagle flight 3384. Envoy Air, Envoy 3384. An Embraer E170 SE. Final approach from Chicago O'Hare. J Herd 5805. Hello.
Envoy 3384, change by 33124.
So Allison, is that in Texas, if I remember correctly? Thanks everyone for joining us. Again, this is Pensy Planes. My name is Scott. We're live at Harrisburg International Airport. And if you like what you see, we appreciate it if you click that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell if you want to see more. If you want to be notified of the next video or the next live stream, which I hope is coming up soon. Hopefully we have our audio issues rectified. Please let me know if you hear any issues. We had an echo the other day and a lot of wind noise. I think we worked that out tonight. I don't think we have a 717 coming in tonight. I think I saw that was A320. We do get a Delta 717 come in here every day from Atlanta. Yeah, the Atlanta flight tonight is an A320. Usually the 717 comes in the morning and it goes back out. So J Herd 5805, you say you're on top Allison. Is that the airport in Texas? Something's flying over us. Probably on its way to Philly. There was a flight coming into Allen, Allegiant maybe. That might be what it is. Nope, that's the American Airlines flight 737 headed to Philly. But this is the American Eagle E170 from Chicago. do something about that bright light. We'll see that one coming back around here in a minute. Back to the gate. Oh, Allison Hill. Okay, I know where that is. Well, let me know when you see that flight coming in from Atlanta. Can you actually see the planes from where you're at? I guess that's what you're doing there. It's pretty cool. Were you watching when all the heavies took off earlier? I'm actually from Lancaster, but I do know where Allison Hill is. I was actually up that way last week, or a couple weeks ago, I guess. Last week I was in Arizona. As you might have been able to tell from some of the videos I posted, one of which was an F-16 takeoff from Tucson International Airport that got a lot of attention. I'll probably be posting some more from out there too. As we watch American Eagle E-170 taxi to the gate, and we're still waiting for the Delta A320 to come in from Atlanta.
Currently 1 o'clock and 1:05.
Disappear behind the terminal. The American gates are all the way down at the other end. You can see United and Delta are up here.
4-1, I get here quicker to put somebody 3-1.
Somebody's coming in. What is that? It looks like the helicopter again. Alright, where is that Delta flight? Alright, the Delta flight's over Pennsylvania. About 15 minutes out. Delta 1055 and Airbus A320 from Atlanta. That's probably going to be our last plane for tonight. Meanwhile, this Lifeline helicopter is coming back around, it looks like, for the third time. Let's see what that Charlotte flight is doing. So we have a American 2506 at A321 from Charlotte. It's scheduled to arrive here at 11:53 and looks like it hasn't taken off from Charlotte yet. So I'm not expecting to see that one. So this Delta A320 is going to be our last plane. So we've got an A220 overhead flying to Philly. I don't know if I can get my camera around that way. That's probably might be too high too. I don't know for me to pick out with the camera. But yeah, it's already east of me. Sorry. Might be able to see it. I can see it with my eyes.
Delta 1055, Harrisburg approach, Harrisburg altimeter 3000, descend maintaining 4000, verify for approach echo.
Over there somewhere. Is that it? No, that's not it. Too many lights over here. I can't pick that out. I think I see it with my eyes. Let's move away from us now. Sorry about that. Check out the fuel trucks down here. That's cool, Bellevue Park. I'll have to look that up. I'm not familiar with that one. Well, thanks again, everyone, for joining us here tonight. Just like I said, I think I got my audio issues worked out, so I wanted to get a live stream in here and test it out. I assume everything's going well. I haven't seen any comments about audio issues. Had a bad echo the other day and a lot of wind noise. And we got some wind here tonight, so if you don't hear that, we got that resolved. Our Delta flight is north of Gettysburg to our west, about 9 minutes out. That'll be our last plane of the night. Anybody just joined us, welcome. This is Pensy Planes. My name is Scott. We're live at Harrisburg International Airport. We saw 4 heavies go out here a while ago, UPS and FedEx, plus a FedEx 757. And had a bunch of arrivals here, and we're waiting for one more before we wrap things up. We're ready for an Airbus A320 Delta flight from Atlanta, which is less than 10 minutes out. Where's the airport? Harrisburg International Airport's in Middletown, Pennsylvania. That's the airport code MDT. Right alongside the Susquehanna River, which is out there, just on this side of those hills, and just on the other side of the runway. If we're out here during the day, you'd be able to see the river. The terminal's over here. I'm on top of the parking garage. There's the terminal. There's Delta CRJ 900. They came in there a while ago, and we got 3 United Tails over there, and we have American over at the other end of the terminal, which we can't see. There's also an Air National Guard unit base here, which is all the way down the left side. We're here during the day. You probably see one of the C-130s parked out there, but I can't see it in the dark. And FedEx and UPS terminals are all the way down there to the left. I think I see our helicopter coming back in. right over there. I believe that's Penn State Lifeline helicopter, which has come in here twice tonight. Kind of, well, second time actually did a touch and go, landed on the runway and then took off again. Well, maybe that's not the helicopter. I don't know what I'm seeing. What that is. There's a FedEx 767 out there, and there's a Frontier A320 out there. They should both be pretty high. Should be able to see our Delta flight. Let's see if we can find it. Should be over there somewhere. Is that it? That's too high. Oh, there it is. So our Delta A320 is out there. I can focus in on it. I see it with my eyes, but there it is. That's the Delta A320, Airbus A320 flying in from Atlanta. It's south at the airport on the other side of the river, moving from west to east, and it'll be making a left turn to land from the east on runway 31. And this again will be our last plane of the night. There's one other flight that's supposed to land from Charlotte, but it looks like it's delayed and hasn't taken off yet. So it's probably at least an hour out. Which means airport staff will be working overtime tonight, I guess. So it pretty much closes down after that last flight comes in. We were on that last flight from Charlotte a couple months ago, and we were delayed a couple hours, and they were all here waiting for us. Jay Hurd, 5805, good to meet you too. Maybe we'll see you down here sometime. Lost that plane out there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot to watch from. On top of the parking garage, you just have to pay your $5 for the first hour and $2 for every hour after that, which isn't too bad. There's usually nobody up here. I was down here one day, I guess 2 weeks ago, and it was pretty crowded up on the top, but there were still a lot of spaces. Pretty much never see people up here. I was here once a couple weeks ago, and there were a couple spotters up here with me. And of course, especially during the day, you never know what's going to come in here. We get a lot of military flights doing touch and goes, C-5s, C-17s. We had one of the U.S. government VIP aircraft in here when I was here a few weeks ago, C-32A. Ooh, gusting to 18 knots. Picked up a little bit. So they're making their left turn. Delta 1055. There's a big gust of wind at my back. That'll be a headwind for those aircraft landing. Delta 1055, an Airbus A320-200 coming in from Atlanta. This will be our last arrival of the night.
Check 554, Roger, runway 31, taxi via Golf Echo Alpha. Delta 604, Mike Hotel, Harrisburg, approach Harrisburg, altimeter 3000, descend, maintain 4000.
There's something moving out there. I don't know what that is. Looks like some sort of small aircraft. Might have a takeoff here before we leave. Looks like it's headed out to the runway. If they're headed to the runway, I'll wait until they take off.
Lifeline 3 from Junior Crew, Deputy. Lifeline 3.
Certainly looks like they are. Right now we're going to watch Delta, whatever the flight was. Delta Airbus A320 from Atlanta, about to land on runway 31. J Hurd 5805, what's that plane taxiing out to the runway? So that looks like a Piper Archer TX, unknown destination, unknown owner, headed out to the runway. See if we can catch that one taking off before we leave. So maybe this won't be our last plane. This is the A320 from Atlanta. See him correcting a little bit. Oh, I haven't noticed that before. We had a pretty stiff wind when we landed here on Friday. After 6 hours of flying from Arizona, we got here. We're not the long term. That's great. So our flight landed Friday a little after 9 o'clock. We went out to long-term parking to get our car, and the battery was dead. We had to wait for AAA to come out with a new battery. That was fun. It was pretty chilly that night too. But our flight was great. We were on United. Alright. Is that plane out the runway? Let's see if we can catch this one taking off.
Traffic 4, Mike Hotel, Charlie heading 130, Metro South Pistol.
There's a small plane, a Piper Archer out there. I think it's going to be taking off.
55, turn right, taxiway Charlie, taxi to parking Alpha Golf with me, every night.
Alpha Golf with you, good night, 1055.
Doesn't look like it's on the runway yet. So we'll watch Delta taxi to the gate. The Airbus A320 from Atlanta. A loud one. As I said, we did a couple weeks ago when I was here. One of the aircraft they use for Air Force One was doing touch and goes here. The C-32A, which I believe is a converted 757. Probably more often used as Air Force Two for other VIP flights. Not sure why that plane's waiting out there at the end of the runway. There's the A320 moving into the gate. And that Piper Archer is still out there. Just sitting there, hasn't lined up yet. Wait a few minutes. And that Charlotte flight still hasn't taken off. Alright, is this one going to take off or not?
Track 554, on departure, maintain the VFR, block 4251.
Sounds like they might just be getting their clearance now.
Track 554, read that correct.
Tower 604 Mike Hotel, visual 3.
Tower 604 Mike Hotel, runway 31, wind 310 at 12, gust 15, clear to land.
Clear to land 31.
Well, they just cleared somebody to land. I don't know who's landing. That one moving? Alright, looks like it's moving. I think that's the Piper Archer taking off. It's on the runway. it goes. We don't know where. I swear I just heard them clear somebody to land, but I don't know who that would be. I don't see anything coming in. And there goes the Piper Archer off to wherever it's destined for. Alright. I heard somebody cleared to land. We'll just check that out quick. I don't see anything. I don't see anything with my eyes, and I don't see anything on radar. Okay, there's a Bombardier Challenger 604 south of the airport. Looks like making a turn, so we'll watch that one come in. One bonus plane. I don't see it yet. Oh, there it is. Alright, bonus plane, Bombardier Challenger 604. We'll watch this one land. Looks like it's coming in from Chicago. Can't tell which airport. It looks like it took off from Chicago. Alright, this Challenger is going to be our last plane. This should be a pretty loud landing. Probably taxi over here right in front of us, so we'll follow it into the ramp. All these fuel trucks have been sitting here burning a lot of fuel. This is a Bombardier Challenger 604 coming in from somewhere in the Chicago area. So as we watch this one on final approach, I want to thank everyone again for joining us. Again, this is Penske Planes. My name is Scott, and if you're enjoying this video, please click the like button and the subscribe button, and click that notification bell, and you'll know when we go live again or when I post another video. Thanks again for joining us. We're just going to watch this one land and probably taxi over here to the ramp right in front of us, and then we'll be heading out. Wow, the wind's really picking up. There goes a fuel truck. There's one of the fuel trucks. They've Well, I've been sitting here for a while.
Wind is 320 at 11, gust 24. Clear track 554, change by frequency 126.45.
Change to 126.45, clear check 554.
Clear track 554, Harrisburg approach. Clear local.
So we got a couple big gusts here. This is some Bombardier Challenger 604 from Chicago, our last plane of the evening. Literally the last plane landing here this evening. I don't know if that Charlotte flight's going to make it. If it is, it's going to be an hour or two. I assume this will be taxiing over to the ramp right in front of us, so we'll wait and watch that happen before we leave. Looks like it's going to the other end of the airport. Alright, doesn't look like he's coming this way. So that's going to do it. Thanks again for joining us. That Nicholas Trolano 2689. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Thanks everyone who joined us tonight. This is Scott. This is Petsy Planes. Again, if you like what you saw, please give us a like and subscribe and click the notification bell. And then we'll be going live again. So thanks again for joining us, and everyone have a good night. Take care.